Hello and welcome back to Infinite Roleplay. I'm Nelson, and for this afternoon, I'll be your humble player slayer once again. This is a one-shot inside of Goliaths Prey, brought to you via the Facebook group Tabletop One-Shot Group. You can go over there and play games all day, every day, any game you like. On with the show. These are difficult times for the Goliaths. They have lived on the Goliath's Peak mountain for generations upon generations. In their past, it was customary for the young Goliath males, the boys, the young adults, to prove themselves as warriors, to prove themselves as men. And they did so by forming very small hunting parties and hunting down and killing Manticores. As the power of the Griffons and the Aarakocra on the peaks of Goliath's Peak grew, the populations of Manticores decreased, almost to the point of extinction, where now, throughout the tribes, there are very few proven men, proven warriors. After a recent encounter where a small group of Goliaths returned with proof that Manticores are still around, knowing exactly where to hunt, where in the forest to go, them bringing back both a skin and tall tales of new powers, unheard of powers from these Manticore. It is now the rite of passage. The hunt once again begins. The boys will become men. And these men are.
Hello everybody, I'm Tom. I'm going to play Unkar Dragoon. He is a frenzy barbarian rogue, and he is looking forward to proving himself. His father was one of the last to prove himself when the Manticores went missing. He is a armored clad barbarian, but it's pieces of random armor sets and bone mixed together, and it should be an interesting campaign.
My name is Patrick, and my character's name is Zul Wildeye, and his father was a hunter with great counts amongst the Goliaths. He always brought back the most hides and food, and he just wants to really strive to be as good as his father. He knows all his father's tricks and trades, and has inherited some of his father's equipment. And today he's looking forward to meeting his hunting party and becoming a man.
I'm Andrew. I'm going to be playing Dracul today. He's rather kind of older barbarian, not too old. He's already gone through, and his father sent him out to kill a manticore many years ago, and he ended up doing so and took its tail as a prize that he uses now as a maul. So yeah, can't wait to be playing him. He's also a fighter. So.
Alright, you guys set out, and with Dracgul's guidance, get the general area, the general vicinity, where he and his fellow compatriots prior have encountered these manticores. They were only able to slay one of the four. And you guys are chasing them down. You come across sites of, other creatures of the woods. It's not as populated as you would think it should be, especially knowing that, you know, that your father, Wild Eye, is such a great hunter that has brought back so many, items of prey that it couldn't have been from an area like this, where wildlife is so sparse, but the trees are dense. You're in the part of the forest where almost every 5 feet a tree skyrockets into the air. Where even at midday it's very dim and dark under the canopy. small rays of light peek through, every once in a while. You might see, a little bit of a rabbit. Part of the trade from the lower lying cities and towns at the base of the mountain, where you brought small creatures to try to increase the population of hunting items. So it doesn't seem too out of place in this forest. But their populations in this area are really, really low. There's not much vegetation on the ground as a canopy blocks out most of the sunlight. You guys come across a mountain goat running real far. Chasing it looks like a mountain lion, a cougar, running through. And seeing this mountain lion chase this goat, Dragul, you have a flashback to your first encounter, to your last encounter that you had in this forest with your previous allies. You remember that what you thought was a mountain lion behaved very funny and turned out to be one of the Manticores in disguise.
I turn to my party and just let them know that what we see might not necessarily be what is truth, and to get ready, and we should follow what looks to be this mountain lion.
Wild Eye pulls out his father's, hand crossbow, and he gets it all ready, and starts looking around. Comments on this place. There's not a lot of wildlife. There must be either other prey or other hunters here. This mountain lion. We should follow this thing.
It is but a mere cat. Should we really try so hard to pursue it?
Dracul, you had seen this thing before. You decide.
Yes, I say. I'm never one to back down from a fight. We must chase after this thing.
And on that, I'll draw my greatsword.
So you guys start chasing it. Wild Eye, being that you are the son of such a great hunter, and a prodigy to others, that you are very astute, very observant. You're very good at tracking your prey. It's glaring to you that what you're chasing doesn't seem to be leaving any tracks. Neither the goat or the mountain lion.
I will turn to my friends and say, the lion or the goat, they're not leaving any tracks. Haven't you guys noticed I start pointing it out? Look over here. Like, no tracks. It's unnatural.
Yeah,
This must be some type of magical.
Yes, something is definitely afoot here. I don't like it.
The only disturbance in the vegetation underfoot is your guys' tracks. The weight of all these Goliaths stomping and trouncing and running after this prey is the only thing that's disturbing the forest underfoot. That you can.
I was going to point out, Wild Eye is a lean 280 pounds for a Goliath, so obviously it's you brutes leaving all the footprints over here, but... I say we, this is probably, aren't the Manticores capable of doing this?
Would my ranger ability of natural explorer help in this situation?
Natural explorer? What is natural explorer state?
A lot of stuff. I cannot be misled by magical means, non-magical means. Sorry. I know the proper direction to go. I can tell if there is monsters and the size and the number in the area.
Monsters
while tracking.
All right. Well, I guess I have to check it out. But let's say this: like, you're being led because of what you saw.
Yeah.
All right. You're chasing in the direction that you saw these things moving. There are no tracks to follow. There's actually nothing to track.
I don't know if
I
my character
question
will
with my
believe it's
eyes.
real if there's no tracks drawing on its history.
Let's think about this for one moment. Could it be that this creature, this ghost, this whatever this is leading us into a trap? We should proceed with caution at the very least.
Agreed.
Dracul, you were in a hunting party before, were you not, to track these creatures?
Yes.
Did they try to lead you into a trap like this?
Yes. They ran behind a tree, and there's lots of illusions afoot.
So, you're saying this could be an illusion?
Well, if history
If
repeats
Dracul's
itself,
tall tales are to be believed, anyways.
I believe real things leave tracks, and there's no tracks here.
So are you going to continue following in the direction that you were going, or try to go somewhere else?
My character wouldn't feel very comfortable following, so I don't think I will. But does this work like a commanding officer stat? Like, do I have to follow him?
No. You guys are all one unified group, all
Okay.
there to prove that you're men. But he's the only one that's actually slain a Manticore in his past. So he's the only one that's a proven warrior, a proven man in the eyes of the tribes. So
Well, Dracul, yeah, what say you?
barbarians never back down from a fight. I'm gonna chase it, even though I know probably what it is.
Okay. If the three of you would like,
How far away is it? How far away is it?
Well, this is what I'm getting at. Up until right before you find it, all right, you'll find it, and you'll find it actually tearing into the goat. Up until that point, you can narrate thematically whatever your character's doing, however you get up until you find it.
Zul will stay within eye distance of his friends. He will hide in the trees. The trees are clustered closely. I will find branches and climb up. I will try to, as best I can, to stay in the shadows and the darkness of these woods, which is plentiful. And I will stay, like I said, within eye shot of my friends, but I want to be hidden once we do come upon this site.
I will charge steadfast, straight there.
And
I'm going to hide where I am and let them try to figure it out.
so you're not. Well, narrate how you're getting there.
I'm going to start going through the bushes and trying to make myself as concealed as I can, but not looking for the beast. More so looking behind us to see if there's anything following us, thinking that this is a mere illusion and there might be another creature about.
Yeah. You Wild Eye, going through the trees, jumping from tree to tree. In just sporadic moments, you hear like little bits of laughter, like,
Ooh.
which is inaudible to anyone else. Drac Gould, you're just charging forward, heading faster, recklessly faster than your two allies. They're a little bit behind you, but you do come upon this area where it's not much of a clearing, but it looks like the trees are a little bit more further spaced apart, where it was so dense before that they were spaced like every 5 feet. Here they're about 10, 15 feet apart, and there's just a tad bit more light. Still not brightly lit. It's still dimly lit, but there's a bit of light, and almost framed by the light, in a pillar of light, this one large ray of light breaking through the canopy. Where it's thinnest, you see on the floor the dead mountain goat and the cougar tearing into it. And as it's tearing into it and you approach, it stops and looks at you.
I'm going to charge it and try to strike it with my maul.
So go ahead, charge it and strike it with your maul. Swing at it.
All right.
And while
That
he's
is a
okay.
14 to hit.
14, yeah, you can hit.
Mm-hmm.
He's too smug.
Don't even roll damage. Describe to me how you kill this cougar.
I run up to it and taking out my maul, I grab my maul with one hand and just slam it down right on this cougar's head.
Yep, and it just crunches in. You can feel the bone. This is not like last time, but now you can actually feel the impact. You can feel the bone cracking under the mighty weight of your club. You know, and you can feel it as it smashes into the floor beneath you, just being crushed, the blood splattering all over the place, some even splattering across your form. You know, it's fresh warmth on your skin just dripping down. This is not like last time. You thoroughly killed this cougar.
And at that point, for the first time, my party would see me go from a stern to almost a smile on Dracula's face as he tasted his first blood of the adventure.
Yeah, and you two gentlemen, sneaking in the canopy and in the shadows of the ground, actually see this. He just literally obliterates this cougar.
Wild Eye takes mental note that means 1 for Dracul and 0 for Wild Eye.
My character takes note that it's only a cougar, not what we're here to hunt.
And again, in the treetops, in the canopy, Wild Owl here.
And I go back to a memory of when my father was talking to me about hunting and things like that, and he would laugh and always say that I would never be as good as him. So in that moment, I'm confused whether it's my father's shadow laughing at me or if I'm hearing something. But now that it looks clear, I yell to the guys, "Do you guys hear that laughter?" No? No? Oh,
No.
never mind.
A laughter, you say? They're probably back.
Yeah, when you're shaking your memories of your father and looking down towards your allies, it now is apparent the path that these creatures took. Their tracks, easily you see the vegetation crushed underfoot. You can see even from the height that you're at that not all of this destroyed vegetation was because of Dracul. You can see the path that the mountain goat took and the cougar chasing it. You can almost piece together the chase that it's so glaringly apparent to you. And even to Unkar, it's not glaringly apparent, but you start seeing, okay, there's a hoof there. I see a few paws here. You know, the tracks that you guys couldn't see at all.
What is this trickery?
I swear I looked and I used my father would be laughing at me.
And then when you say that, you're well, laughing at you too.
There's definitely
You guys hear
something
that?
strange
No.
going on.
At this point, I would almost start keeping that laughter to myself.
I'm going. Did he say that he heard the laughing in the trees, or did he just say he was hearing laughing?
He was hearing laughing. Wild Eye was hearing laughing. But Wild Eye feels this, and the both of you can see a disturbance in the trees, and some leaves fall down, and Wild Eye is able to actually feel some of the branches of the tree he's on move, like if something just jumped off of it.
And we see
So
this?
I quickly scan the room, like trying to use all my perception to see what just jumped off, or listen for what where it lands or the next sound. So I'm just like completely living up to my name, Wild Eye, and I'm just scanning around.
You said we heard it moving, like all of us?
I would say more Unkar and Wild Eye, since you guys were further off to the back.
Okay,
Right.
I'm going to
Dracul is
take,
reveling in the bloodshed that he just caused.
I'm going to take my greatsword and try to chop down that tree. Not the one he's in. The one of the ones nearby.
The
Hey
one
guys,
he's
I'm
in is
sorry.
ready
Can I
to
go out of character real quick?
All right.
Nelson, I got a buddy. If you need him, that has a barbarian. He can hop in here if you want. If not, no problem.
He can come in. He can come in muted and just. He has access to chat, correct?
Yeah.
All right. He can put some things in chat, and I'll help narrate him into the scene. So like I was saying, Unkar and Wild Eye can see, leaves falling from the trees. But Wild Eye actually felt some of the branches from the tree he was on move, as if something just jumped off of that tree that he was in.
Yeah. What I'm doing is trying to hit one of the trees nearby him to see if I can make something in the tree move again, or take the tree down completely. And if something's in it, it might fall out. Kind of deal.
I don't know if you're gonna do that with a sword, but sure, go ahead. Just describe yourself chopping away at a tree.
How big is this tree?
They're pretty big. It's a pretty big, pretty old forest. Like I said, the trees they just fly straight up into the sky, and the canopy is so large and so thick that it blots out almost all the light, to where it's almost like you're walking around in bright moonlight, despite the fact that it's pretty much midday.
So with a vicious, powerful hit, Unkar takes cleave into the tree, sends shockwaves up through the branches, leaves let go from their bound organic nature and fall to the earth. Did anything else happen?
Nothing else happens at that point.
I scan around and I say, Unkar, what are you doing? I'm trying to see if I can hear anything, and you're trying to chop down trees with your sword.
I heard something. I'm trying to find it.
That's a great way to find it, Unkar. Great way.
It's a great way to get us ambushed.
I have low intelligence.
So Wild Eye starts climbing down carefully the tree, still looking around. I'm trying to see if I can see any other track now, feeling like a failure today of having missed those tracks earlier.
You can see off slightly in the distance, a little off the path that you were just following.
Yeah.
Slightly obscured by all the branches of the canopies and whatnot. Right next to one of the trees, at the base of a tree, you can see another mountain lion. Its paw is bloodied, and it's sitting there just licking its paw.
I'm going to sheath my sword and draw my heavy crossbow and loose an arrow.
At this point, can I?
Right now,
sorry.
only Wild Eye is able to
Okay.
to see this, because he has bird's eye view, somewhat.
How far?
I was wondering.
Pretty far.
We could say it's about, it's kind of difficult for him to see, but it's about 30 feet away.
30 feet away?
Yeah, it's obscured by branches and whatnot.
If I think I have a clean shot, I'd pull out my father's hand crossbow, and I would aim and take a shot at the beast, hopefully while it's unaware and licking the blood off its paw, and catch it off guard.
So, roll an attack.
So 19 plus 6, so 25.
All right, 25. So, roll damage. See how much damage you do.
Assuming this is with sneak attack, because I don't know if that's up to you.
If the image you see is actually looking straight up at you.
Okay. So let's go with the first 6 plus 3, 9 damage. Ignore the rest.
Wait, hold on.
Or you want me to reroll?
No. You
No.
rolled a
Okay.
9. Did you roll sneak attack or no?
No, 6 plus 3. My normal attack would be 9 damage.
All right. We'll roll it with that.
Okay.
And Red Fury, Jasper, are you there?
He's muted still.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah,
there, you're
he's
muted.
there. Jasper.
There you go.
There we go. Well,
Yeah.
he was connected yet.
So you're a Goliath monk.
No, barbarian.
You're okay, a barbarian.
Yes.
Roll me a reflex save really quickly.
Sure. Just need to start up the dice screen.
All right. So as Wild Eye, pulls the hand crossbow out, knocks the bolt back, and just lets a shot fly. The image of this this mountain lion in the distance, right? Oh God. Okay. What's the total of your reflex save?
11.
11? Okay. The image of this mountain lion that you shot at, just as your bolt would penetrate the skin of the mountain lion, you can see it just sort of fade away. And what you see is a Goliath hunched over, looking like he's tracking creatures of his own. And Red Fury, you just got shot in the back with a bolt from the canopy.
And I was already getting prepared as a crossbow expert with my next attack, and then I pull back. Sorry. Who be
Yeah.
there? Who are you?
Jasper, he's talking to you.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah. You see that the bolt came from another Goliath hiding up in a tree.
Yeah. I sense him. I can see. I notice him. Or.
Yeah, you notice him, and he just asks you, "Who be there?"
Yeah.
I just shot
okay.
you. So
He just shot you for 9 points of damage.
All right. Can I reach up to the bolt as well? Back? Can I reach it with my hand?
Yeah, you could pull it out of your back.
Okay, I was kind of slowly get up and turn around and pull it out. I'm like, what?
I saw a mountain lion. We were tracking for Manticores. It could have been worse. I was about to shoot again.
Yeah, and Red
He could
Fury,
have hit you in the eye.
you're also there tracking Manticore. You went there not as part of the party, excited for the fact that the Goliath's prey has returned to the hunt, that you actually went off on a hunt on your own.
Okay, so I'm part of the same tribe, so to speak.
Yeah, there's several different tribes, but you would know that they're part of the Goliath tribes.
You were not invited upon this hunt with us, yet you dare come out by yourself.
And Wild Eye, you hear off into the distance, not that far from you, not from the same area. You can actually tell it's not next to you. Again, laughing.
I would, Dracul, having a memory, would like to look towards the laugh into the trees and just see if any of the branches aren't moving with the other ones nearby.
Roll me a perception check.
Yeah. That will be 19.
Yeah, you notice that there's a couple of areas, not just in one tree, but in a few trees, where there doesn't seem to be any motion in any of the branches, like at all.
We're used to living in this part of the woods. Would we have any idea what it is, or like?
I would. You wouldn't.
What, the laughter? No,
Yeah.
you wouldn't. But sometimes the trees just don't move. They're too old and large and intertwined in the canopy to move in the breeze. But some do move slightly in the breeze. It's not like there's a big wind going on. But yeah, there's a few off-looking trees to you, Dracul. But let's move back to conflict resolution of Red Fury and Wild Eye.
Of course.
So I could hear. His name. Unkar or Dragoon. I could hear him as well because he was speaking to me, right?
Yeah.
I know there are two now.
And Wild Eye, and I would say, what if you want to join our hunt? What skills do you have, to help our hunt?
Bloody slaughter.
You
That
want
is
us to share
sufficient.
our spoils?
Always
I
a
don't know.
good skill to have.
I don't know. I know the tree now. Gee. Without
Drac-
number.
Dracul is the most experienced of us. He shall decide if your skills are worthy.
Just don't get in my way.
As I start walking towards the voices. The laughter, anyway.
I might
Upside.
need that bolt later, if you don't mind.
I'd say don't get in my way.
And I try to take the bolt back from you, if I can.
I'll hand it over.
I'm going to look around my party and ask if anybody brought a flask of oil.
A flask of what?
Oil.
Oil.
Okay.
I have two.
Does anybody have a bow or a crossbow?
I have one.
Does anybody have some bandages?
No.
I have some clothes we can rip up.
I have torches.
When you say no, that laughter that you guys just did, you actually hear in character, in game, coming from several areas around you guys, around each and every one of you.
Like
Oh,
close?
now you guys can hear laughter?
I hear it.
I hear
Something
it.
strange is afoot here.
I'm going to speak to the laughter.
Reveal yourself, creatures, wherever you may be, for I know you were there.
And yeah, sure. As you say that, everyone roll initiative because if I read the natures thing correctly, you guys can't be surprised while with your ranger pal.
They probably can't, but I have a sword of alarm. What is it? Sword of warning, is it?
Uh-oh. Weapon of warning. So yep.
By the way, is it light or day at the moment?
It's
Day or
about
night?
midday. It's about
Okay.
midday, but it's very, very dark under this very thick canopy. There's only a few rays of light every few feet that might peek through, and at this point, there's about a tree starting every 5 feet. The vegetation on the ground is sparse and low grown because there's not much light for that vegetation. A lot of it is mossy. It's not very conducive to any other wildlife because these trees are just soaking up so much of the light.
Okay. So night vision goggles will probably help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would I be able to
It's
use
dim light right now, but
Can I use a knowledge nature check to see if I can recall anything of what it might be, or like,
You
do we
can
have
roll it.
text or anything in our culture?
From what's relevant right now, nah.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing in your history that would have told you exactly what's about to happen.
Okay, never mind then.
But yeah, did everybody roll initiatives?
Yeah, I got 4 total.
I had 12 total. 12 total. Gross.
Andrew, are you there?
19.
He unmutes his mic. I got 11.
All right, so Red Fury. Red is at 19.
Yes.
Unkar is at 12. Drac is at 11.
My third line. Barbarians level 8 can. Wait, what was I going to say? They've got
Cannot
like
be
fellow
caught.
instinct.
Yeah.
If I'm actually surprised, I can go in fury to act as well, still act if needed.
No, it's not needed.
Okay. Well,
You have what you're about to see. What you're about to see Unkar go through, and Red, like you could react to this first.
okay.
You see when he's calling out to laughter to reveal itself, you can see just this deep darkness rise from right behind Unkar. I mean, yeah, right behind Unkar, and it looks like it's reaching out on either side to embrace him. And that's what you see, and you can react to that.
Okay. What sort of a helping kind? So I'll just tell him, so he can notice it better, I suppose. I won't charge it.
You gonna charge it?
No, as in not charge. I'm just gonna let him. I'm not gonna tell him it's there.
He's warning me.
Yeah,
Okay.
warning.
And that's it?
And if you allow me, I'll grab my axe and don my shield.
Sure.
Both. Yeah. Okay.
And Unkar, as you hear him issue a warning, you can actually feel your blade and that feeling of nervousness issuing you a warning of its own.
Okay.
And then you can see, like just from the corner of your eyes before you turn or anything, just an inky blackness, the darkest shadow just on either side, reaching around almost as if hands were about to embrace you, grab you, and pull you in.
So can I react to this?
Yes.
I'm going to duck, spin, and try to cut it in half.
Go for it.
19. Excellent.
Yeah, you hit.
Nice.
I'm going to be honest, judging by what's going on and we can't see things, I'm probably just an illusion, but hopefully it's not and I slice through something.
Well, roll your damage and let's find out.
2d6 plus 7, I think. But I'm going to verify that. 2d6 plus 4. Don't go up to 7 until I go rage.
2d6 plus 4.
Mm.
So that's 11, right?
Yep.
Alright, you strike this thing, and it feels like your sword swung through like water, like cutting through water. There's almost no resistance, but there's a tad bit more resistance than just swinging through pure air.
Okay.
And as it does this, you hear from this inky blackness. And as you see Unkar, is that all you do Unkar, or you do any more?
I think that's all I can do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all I can do. So.
You can move, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm going to take a 5-foot step back.
All right. And as you move back, it gets an attack, an opportunity attack against you for leaving its reach.
I should have stayed where I was. That's fine.
As it does so, it almost dissipates and doesn't make contact with you at all. But seeing this, Dracul, seeing this darkness attack one of your young, unproven allies, what do you do?
I charge it with my Manticore tail. I just headlong, just swinging this thing above my head, shrieking. You're seeing little droplets of blood fly off me as I'm still covered in it.
So go ahead.
And that will be 13 to hit.
A 13 to hit? Actually, yeah. You can roll damage. As a matter of fact,
13 damage.
yeah, just describe how. Well, you can't describe how you destroy this thing, but like you swing at it, and
And it
as you
just
do,
puffs in a cloud of mist.
it doesn't puff in a cloud of mist, right? Your weapon, again, it feels like maybe it was being swung through water. You know, that slight increase in resistance, but
Okay.
almost unobstructed. And this inky blackness tears into tendrils of darkness that wisp away into nothing. And you hear, "Ah!"
I said reveal yourself, not your palms.
And you hear again all around you different types of laughter. Some sounding like, others sounding like, and as you say that, several more figures of dark inky blackness. You can partially see through these things, but it looks like they're just night. It looks like night is beginning to rise from the darkness. It beginning to rise from whatever forms of shadow you guys were casting. And what is it? Drac Ghoul, right?
Yeah.
One of them comes from behind you, and it takes on a humanoid form. As it's doing so, it looks almost like a Goliath female, right? But fit, the silhouette is fit. You can see like the lumps of rippled muscle, but you can't see anything inside the silhouette. It's just dark. And it runs at you, and it looks like it's trying to give you a hug, and it just barely sits on you and starts to meld on you. So you're just wearing a cloak of darkness. And you hear in your ear, right where it seemed to have laid its head before melding into a thin sheet of darkness on top of you. Unkar.
Is there
What?
any within 5 feet of each other?
Well, there's two about to come after you.
Are they within 5 feet of each other?
Sure, why not?
I'll activate Horde Breaker. Horde. Is it Horde Breaker? Yeah, Horde Breaker.
That's on your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they come after you, and they actually try to swing at you. And they're swinging. They're moving their hands around, whipping, and you're managing to just
Tuck and weave.
exactly. With that, let's see. That was only 3 of them, right?
Yep.
So 2 more actually form up at Red Fury's feet, from right beneath Red Fury, and they're reaching out to try to grab you.
Okay.
Red Fury. And yeah, we'll just say one of them just almost doesn't get up. It looks like it's struggling to rise and form. And the other one, you said your AC was 17, so
Right.
the other one actually misses you as well. Like, you just dodge it with ease. And for Wild Eye, now you're about how high into the canopy?
I'd started climbing down, right? So I'd be about 20 feet at this point. I'd still be up there, but...
So you're about 20 feet from the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, here's something that is not going to be nice for you. All right, you hear laughter, and then you hear a voice cry out from not that far, not from within your tree, but apparently it must be in one of these trees. You hear a voice cry out, "Burn!" And as it does so, a fire bursts at your feet, and you can either stay there in the tree, or if you roll a reflex save, you might fall out of the tree.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna...
So make your choice.
Yeah, I'm, of course, going to use my extreme evasion skills here to try to jump out of the tree. And 15.
Can you dodge it if you take damage?
So you're jumping out of the tree, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to leap and try to cartwheel and land on my feet, hopefully. I don't know what a 15 if that happens.
Yeah, with a 15, you manage to jump out of the tree from the fire, but you take 2d6 points of damage for falling 20 feet. So you take 8 points of fall damage.
Okay.
Could his uncanny dodge like half that? Isn't that what uncanny dodge does?
No, I have to see my attacker. I don't think I saw this guy.
Yeah,
I heard him.
See ground.
Okay.
He saw the attack. He saw the flames burst at his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's only taking damage from the fall, so he could see the ground coming, in theory.
I was aware of the ground coming.
Well,
No,
you know
of course not. Yeah.
I'll let you make the choice. I mean, if you want to half the damage, go for it.
You know, I'm fine without it. It's good. I don't think
As you jump and fall to the ground, Wild Eye, it is actually your turn.
Okay.
Shenanigans.
And Wild Eye will get his father's crossbow ready and stop laughing at me, and he'll start shooting at the nearest. Not sure what they are, shadow figures, and
the nearest to you right now are the two that just formed up, and are attacking Red Fury.
okay. So I will try to shoot one off him, and so of course the shot fails, and being the crossbow expert and being very familiar with my father's crossbow, I take with a bonus action a second shot, using that feat, and. Stop laughing at me, I say, and I shoot, and this second shot is 16.
Yeah. You hit one of the shadowy forms.
And it's like attacking him, right? Do I get advantage if you're sneak damage?
You don't get advantage.
Okay.
You would be able to roll sneak attack damage, and then afterwards, I will like you to roll a d100. If you roll 50 or below, the bolt flies through the shadow into Red Fury.
Okay. So I can't see one of these dices here, so I don't know.
So that's 12, 17.
Okay. I was going to count them out, read them out to him, but you were calculating.
19 plus 3, so 22 total damage.
22, and roll a d100 real quick. 50 or below, your bolt flies through the shadow into Red Fury.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, that almost the shadow turns after it gets struck. It manages to cut through and hit Red Fury. Red Fury, you only take 11 damage from the attack, as the bolt was slightly slowed through the shadow. But it does go through the shadow into you again, and you can see the shadow look like it turns around. It's like, ah!
That's the second time you get shot by the same person.
Yeah, and Red Fury, after the second bolt from the same crossbow strikes you, flying through this shadow, what is your reaction? What do you do? Because it is your turn.
All right, can I use a free action to pull the arrow out?
Sure.
And throw it back at him.
What a
Gentleman
gentleman of a Goliath there. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
And I roar out like, not again. And I'll vent this anger for now on the. I think the one of them died, right? He killed one of them, and I'll take the other.
No. It took damage, but it did not die.
All right. I'll take. Well, dying. Yeah. I'll take the one that's got attacked then.
Yeah. Just really quick. Wild Eye, did you take a magical item or no?
I have a cloak of protection. Yes.
Okay. And Red Fury, you were able to take an uncommon item. So, did you take?
Yeah, I got the goggles of night vision.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, beautiful, wonderful.
Cool. I'll make like 2 quick attacks at it.
At the one that just got hit, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not gonna work. 10 and 11.
No, those miss.
Yeah.
It turns around, and then as you're swinging at it, it seems to just destabilize from its humanoid form and just flow away. and just flow right ahead of your blows each and every time.
Okay. As my turn ends, I'll give Wild Eye an intense look.
Uh,
Yeah.
Don't do that.
You have to understand, Dracula's killed 2, Wild Eye has killed none.
But Unkar now being assaulted, having these two things, these two inky black silhouettes, just looking at you. One looks like maybe it might have been a Gensai or Shifter. It's a smaller humanoid, not of Goliath stature. The second one, of course, is of Goliath stature. It's almost as large as you, and you can see the lines and the silhouette forming, what must be a very muscled form.
I'm going to destroy you both.
And I'm going to activate my feat to take -5 on my attack and +10 on damage. And I'm going to activate my ranger ability to Horde Breaker to hit both.
Okay.
And that's only for one attack, and I can do 2. So I'm going to roll both dice at the same time. 18 and 12, so plus...
You strike both.
Excellent.
Roll as a criminy. Okay. Roll damage. Map snap. Don't even roll damage. Just describe how you just obliterate these two shadowy forms. Like what does he do after these things just break apart into these shadowy tendrils?
Unkar swings with such great force you could see the wind ripple from his blade as he veers, slicing right clean through the midsection of both the shadows. The force of the impact shatters the image and obliterating both targets.
Yeah, they actually look like mirrors that just broke and shattered, and their pieces turned to almost like a dark, shadowy mist and were blown away in the wind. There's nothing left of these things. Does Unkar wish to do anything else, or is he done?
No, I'm going to stand still.
Because remember, you have right beside you, just a few feet away from you.
There's another one in range.
And yeah, there's one actually embracing the Dracul.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to tumble over for Fanatic.
But it has no form. It is literally just a blackness on Dracul's skin, and armor and clothing.
Oh, shit. I'm going to pour oil on him. And see what happens.
I'll use a reaction to just swat the oil away.
You can, and it's actually your turn, Dracul.
Yeah, I'll use the oil to just use my reaction to just swat the oil away and look at him. What are you doing?
He's trying to grapple you. I'm going to loosen you up.
We wouldn't be able to tell, for the black from the shadow if you do that.
Oh, it doesn't say what kind of oil it is. I kind of figured it was like maintaining oil for like your swords, which would probably be like a clear oil liquid. Not
Yeah,
like
we'll say it's just like an amber oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rendered down from animal fat.
Yeah.
Is there any check or save that I can do to try to get this thing off of me or fight it in any way?
You can tell me whatever you want to try, and I'll let you know
Okay,
whether or
fair
not
enough.
it's
Fair enough.
or how.
I'd like to. Shit. I'd like to start running and see if I can like run fast enough.
Run it off.
Yeah, run this shit off.
So you just run? Like that's all you do?
I'm gonna run in a circle to try to run this shit off. Yeah.
Okay. So you ran away from it, and as it does so, there's just a shadowy form standing where where Dracul was, and it takes an opportunity attack at Dracul. And Dracul's AC is Man, why is AC so high? You barbarian cats.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
He took no damage from this, right? And it's just standing where he was.
it hits you.
Oh.
It hits you. Okay, so you take 9 points of damage as
Yeah, okay.
you can feel the outer layers of your skin literally rot away.
All right, all right.
And as it contacted you and you're running away, um, Unkar can definitely see this because it struck you in your back. Okay, where's that dice? You can see what almost looks like a spirit, what looks like energy, being pulled away, a small wisp of energy being pulled away from Dracgul's back. And Dracgul, you take 2 points of strength damage. So
All right.
your strength drops by 2 points.
Sorry.
And then the thing you saw, it takes the light, and after it finishes forming up into a biped, it looks like it almost consumes it.
All right.
Did he?
And then it just turns to you and laughs.
These things steals your life force. Watch it.
And besides your movement, Dracgul, you still have an action if you want to take it.
I'll take out my maul and try to strike it if I'm within range.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
ran around in a circle, so it pulled that strength, circled around, and you can swing at it. But mind you, your strength is 2 points lower, so you get a -1 to your attack and damage.
Okay, fair enough. I rolled a 14 to hit.
You hit.
Awesome, awesome. God. And then I'll use that's 12 damage, and then I have an extra attack that I'm going to use. And that is a 23 to hit. So that hits.
Did you take a magic item, or I forget?
I thought my Manticore tail was a magic item, and it gave me like +1 to hit. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what my assumption was.
A +1 weapon is technically uncommon.
Yeah, so it could be your Manticore tail if you want.
Cool, I'd love that. So the next one is my extra attack is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits. So that is 11, 14. All in all, I do 27 damage.
So yeah, this thing it turned to laugh at Unkar, and then as Dracgul it looked almost foolish for him to just run away, almost cowardly, except for when he ran away and this darkness was distracted, consuming this small piece of light, laughing in your face, Unkar. All of a sudden, Dracul came up from behind it. Yep, and he destroyed it.
I'm gonna laugh at him.
Swung through it. His two swings back to back, literally billowing this thing into nothingness. You could feel the air being displaced from these massive swings. You could tell that he hit almost as hard as you would have.
Who's laughing now, Shadow?
Yeah, and as that thing was destroyed, the two figures, the two dark, shadowy figures, this inky blackness that were assaulting Red Fury, they continue their assault on Red Fury.
All right.
As a matter of fact, one of them continues their assault. No, they both continue their assault. I'll tell you what happens afterwards. Yeah. Red Fury is a 17, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them you dodge fairly well. The other one you just barely misses you. Like you can see the dark, what looks to be like a hand, just literally swipe half an inch away from your face. And as you just lifted back, the first one forms onto your back, and then the second one moves and forms onto your front. Red Fury is now encased in darkness. You can see clearly through it because you have the goggles of dark vision, but literally Red Fury's entire form, for all who look upon him, is encased in shadow. and it's silhouetted like Red Fury, but you can't see Red Fury anymore. And with that, Wild Eye, how do you after seeing this, how do you react?
I can't take a turn.
I don't want the laughing to continue, but I also don't want to hit Red Fury a third time, but he could be dying. He could be dying. So I pull out my father's trusty crossbow, and I loose a bolt.
There's one that's not in him, right?
And the first bolt,
he pulled it out and threw it back.
he's been giving me back my bolts. He's a good...
No, I meant one of those shadow figures. There's only one in him, and there's one standing next to him, right?
Nope, two.
Oh, they're both inside him.
One
Okay.
formed up behind him, and one formed up in front of him. The
And
two
that
of
gets
them
something-
together, literally encasing him in darkness.
With my expertise and all my training, my second shot might have a chance. It was a 14.
Your first one rolled a 14?
No, the first one was, what was it, a 2 plus 6, 8 or something like that? It was low. But
I see an 8 on the die. That was your second attack?
yeah, I cleared the first
Okay.
one.
So yeah, your first attack hits, but as it hits it hits
Oh.
Red Fury.
Oh, I see.
All I can say is I'm glad he's a barbarian.
Red Fury, you can keep that one, Red Fury. And,
He's not raging yet.
Oh,
And-
shit.
and the second one hopefully hits, and that's my my expertise, and so I don't know if I get a sneak attack damage on the second one or hit.
Yeah, you can just sneak attack.
Okay, sweet.
No, you can do a sneak attack. It's on Red Fury. You can do a sneak attack.
Yeah. He's gonna do the D100. So 7, 11.
Oh, man, you're going to kill him.
Oh,
You're going to kill him off.
17. At least I'll kill something. 23. 26 total damage.
26. All right, Red Fury, you take 13 points of damage. You feel cold steel penetrating your flesh right in front of you, and you saw through the black and white infravision that you're getting from your goggles that, again, for a third time, Wild Eye loosed a bolt into you, and you only take 13 points of damage. As the resistance from this thing, slowed down the bolt slightly, and then as Wild Eye, you can see from the point of impact, it bursts away the shadow, and the shadow looks like it's forming up again, and also dissipating from the point of impact, and it just goes, and then the shadow hits the floor and just bursts into shadowy tendrils and disappears. But Red Fury is still halfway covered by darkness.
Okay.
But he's now standing there with a bolt in his gut that you delivered upon to him.
Now, of course, Wild Eye would address the most important thing that just happened. He would look at the bolt and he would say, "I finally killed something." And would you mind passing me that bolt? I think I might have just saved your life.
I just like to add, I'm on 4, you're on 1.
Wild Eye's been taking notes.
But Red Fury, it is your turn.
Well, I'm gonna clarify why I didn't rage yet, because when I play Barbarian, I put sort of rules on it, and if I go certain and below a certain amount of HP, I start raging, and that point has been reached by...
By that shadow creature, yes.
That's fine.
by 3 bolts in my gut. and back. And...
That might have helped.
Frenzy's the one you gotta watch, not Rage. Rage you can cut him out whenever you want.
But no, play it whatever you want. Play it whatever way you want. But it is your turn, Red Fury. So what do you do?
Well, first I use my bonus action to start raging while looking at the thingy. The one with the balls. So his eyes start turning red. His skin turns darker. Yeah. I drop my shield. That's free, right?
Yeah.
And I grab
Dropping
my
an item
second
is
axe.
Okay.
And I turn around. For now. If I can hit the second ghost, I presume.
Simply by turning around.
Yeah.
It's like you turned around and the inky blackness is now on your front, but it's no form. It is formless. It is literally
Punch yourself.
just millimeters above your own skin, and it is actually forming your silhouette.
Okay. So I can't actually hit it from where I'm standing.
You could.
Yeah. Can I stand one, like, I will stay in range of him, but it's like 1 or 2 feet, I suppose, backwards?
No, it is occupying your space right now.
It's on you.
Okay.
It's like ink.
Yeah. I'll just try to hit it, I guess.
Yeah, you can hit it, but you're hitting yourself while you're doing it. You have to attack yourself to hit it.
Oh, like that.
Yeah, it's literally on you. It's millimeters, or
It's a part of
less than an eighth of an inch in thickness. If you're in the the U.S.
Well, I guess we'll have to. So we won then.
Yeah, you can attack and hit it automatically. Just roll damage.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
You can roll to see if you crit if you want.
No, I didn't. I rolled 8. So.
Okay.
I don't want to kill myself out of it already. Jeez.
So don't forget to add in your rage damage.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure you don't hit yourself.
So it's 12.
12 from one attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would take 6.
Okay.
And
From your rules, and then my resistance as well added, or you did
then you can add your resistances afterwards. Yes.
Ah, okay, cool.
So
That's not a lot then.
you would probably get 3.
Yep.
So you take 3 more points of damage.
Cool. All right. Did it clear off me, or still there?
It's still there.
All right. Let's do another then.
It's just like.
All right. No, second one isn't a crit either, so.
Okay.
All right. Second attack going. Oh, that's not a lot. 8. 8 damage.
8 total.
Yes.
So you take 4, and then you resist that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's just like. You just hear that breathy laugh. And with that, do you do anything else, or what?
So it's gone now, I'm presuming, more.
No, it's still there. It's still
Oh,
there.
okay. I thought the sound was gone. Okay.
It's still there. Just
Laughing at
every
you.
time you hear it, it lets out like a gasp. Like,
Yeah.
And the second time, it after its gasp, it continued its gasp into laughter. It was like,
Okay.
You'll die for the master.
I'll try moving backwards like 5 feet, see if it comes unstuck or.
And when you do that, you actually do step out of it, and it'll reform and take its opportunity attack on you.
Alright, I'll stay in range. Oh.
And well, yeah, it actually misses.
Oh, okay. I should have done that before then. I thought it would stick, so. Oh.
Well, it didn't on Dracgul when he ran away from it.
I was going to bull rush you and knock you out of the way and then take it out, but okay.
But yeah. So seeing this Unkar like in the distance, you just killed your 2, and all of them around you are now gone.
I'm going to rush the aid of my fellow companion and then dismiss the last one.
Okay, so go
of
for it.
course. And I missed the first one, so I'm going to take my second attack. And I hit that one. I might have hit with the first one, actually.
But what did you roll?
It was an 8 plus 1. No, okay, plus 2, sorry. 8 plus 2.
An 8 plus 2 is 10? That's definitely not a hit.
15 plus 2 for the second one. So
Yeah, the
I know
second
that
one hits. Yeah.
Rolling damage. So it is.
Wait a minute, how are you at plus 2?
Yeah, proficiency.
Because
bonus.
I'm using my feet to do more damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So.
Just destroy how you kill it.
Yeah.
Just destroy how you destroy it. How?
I'm going to. It's a lunge, and it just sheer shatters the thing from within. It just go like a sonic boom, kind of.
All right, like a sonic boom.
Yeah.
With what, a side swipe or
No, with a lunge, like a quick lunge to the chest, and just blows up from within, like shatters outwards.
All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That's
yeah,
another one for Unkar.
this one just literally the shadow. Again, it feels almost like nothing. Only the slightest bit of resistance as it just flies through and literally explodes.
And
It's
as it's
small, wispy
exploding, I'm going to whisper to it, "Your master will die too."
Your master will die too.
Do the voice.
Yeah, and Dracul. It's your go seeing this young upstart literally just destroying whatever this darkness was. Of course, you know that it's not the same thing that you've seen. That this is new, but this young upstart, this unproven warrior, this boy, is showing everyone up at this moment.
Is it still alive? Like, or did he
No,
just completely
everything is
destroy it?
gone. Everything has been apparently destroyed.
I
Everything that
just
you
kind
can
of grunt
see.
at him.
Is apparently destroyed.
I'd like to do a perception check just to kind of look around and see if there's any more enemies around us.
All right, so go ahead, look around.
That'll be 17.
A 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see in a few different canopies. You see almost like there's a ripple in reality. Like the image of the tree branches and the canopy and the trees underneath.
Awesome. I
they
talk
ripple
to my adventures, and I get the crossbow, the oil, and the sheets of clothes, and make a fire bolt and shoot that shit.
So you're gathering everything to light this thing on fire?
I'm gathering all the stuff that I asked if they had before, the oil, the crossbow, the sheets of clothes, and I'm going to wrap that up on a bolt, light it on fire, and shoot it at this tree canopy.
As he's going around to collect the stuff, I'm going to be like,
That takes too much time.
here, and I'm going to throw him an alchemist fire.
While they're doing that, I'll slowly move forwards to Wild Eye. Kind of stand there still, technically raging.
Oh shit! And that's do you want me to roll to hit with that? I'm guessing.
Well, hold on.
All right.
You can just
'Cause
describe.
I'm keeping that roll.
No, you're not.
Damn.
But for us, I don't think you're high enough to have persistent rage yet.
Oh
So
no!
unless you're attacking something or getting attacked or taking damage, in one round your rage goes away.
Yeah. But you should have like 4 days, so it's not
Yeah,
that big.
but it was more RP wise. It's not.
Okay.
I'm still.
Okay. Feel free.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll walk up to him still with the red eyes and just stare at him and.
Better watch yourself.
Really, you should thank me for saving your life back there. The thing had you completely surrounded.
I believe I saved his life, thank you.
I'm allowed,
I softened it up for you, Unkar.
I'll pull out the last arrow and kind of try to force it into his shoulder. If I'm allowed.
Yeah, and as
Stabbing him with an arrow?
Yeah.
Well, you stabbed him?
Yeah.
He's trying to.
I like to stab it into his shoulder.
I'll match his gaze and I'll try to push it out and hold it back.
So unless you want to really stab him, like roll an attack roll then.
Okay. Just normal bonuses.
No, a normal attack roll. If you hit him, he actually takes damage. If you miss, it's just thematic.
Yeah. Okay. That's 22.
Yeah, so you take 1 point of damage. Actually, no, take D4 points of damage, as the bolt acts like a a dagger at this point. Yeah. So just roll a d4 plus your strength.
For 7. 9
Okay,
even.
yeah.
Sorry.
He stabs you in the shoulder for 7 points of piercing damage.
9 even. Sorry.
Oh, 9.
Ooh. And I'll uncanny dodge to take half of that. So. And
Nice.
I'll look at him and I'll say, Red Fury, that's the closest thing you've come to killing something today. Congratulations.
And with that, you guys hear billowing laughter. And just as you hear that laughter, Drac Ghoul was apparently throwing some alchemist's fire. And yeah.
Shooting it.
Oh, you poured it on a bolt?
Yeah, that was my main goal, was to pour it on a bolt, get a bolt on fire, and then shoot it into the canopy.
Okay, what was that roll that you made?
I got a crit.
Okay, so with that crit, you didn't burn yourself.
Woo!
Alright? You managed to get some alchemist fire on your bolt and fire it before your hands and your crossbow burned to nothing.
Yeah.
Alright? So this fiery crossbow bolt fires into the canopy and just disappears.
Oh.
Check Red Fury.
Bad thing.
Probably in Red Fury.
No. It fired into the canopy where he saw this ripple, and
Yeah.
where you saw the ripple, it disappeared.
Yeah.
You should have seen it continue. I mean, Drac Ghoul, you noticed this because you shot it. It should have continued into the tree, at least be visible and shed some sort of light, but it's not. And then a second goes by, and then you see it, where it would have hit roughly, shedding some sort of fiery light.
I'm going to make a perception check to see if I see blood on anything nearby that area.
Roll it, go ahead.
I would like to also.
Oh yeah, if there's blood, I see it.
Yeah, you notice with that 20 on your perception, you can notice that there's tree leaves falling from that area, ever so slightly, but they don't look like they're falling from the branches they should be. They seem to be materializing almost out of thin air, closer to the base of the tree, and then falling to the ground.
I'm going to swing my sword at where they're coming out.
Okay, go ahead. Describe as your sword chunks into that tree. And
For the second time, too.
And
no, this is a different tree.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I
One
hit it with
tree
three.
hunting.
But yeah, you don't have to roll it. It chunks into the tree, and half of your sword disappears. And as you're pulling your sword out, you could see the image of your sword materialize where it did hit, and then after it's removed for a second, it materializes away. And then you hear it. And then from a different tree, you can hear, "What's with you and fire?" Directed at Drac Ghoul.
What's with you and trickery? We did not come here for you. Yet you impede us.
Yeah, and then
Oh, I know what I want to do.
Alright, so do what you want to do, and then I'll describe what happens afterwards.
I want to take out well, yeah, my fighter usually does. I also carry a great axe. I'm gonna go over to one of the trees and try to cut that shit down.
Okay, so
From where I shot the same one that I shot the bolt into.
yeah, you're just chopping away. One with a great sword, the other with a great axe, just chopping away at this tree. And as you see this going on, you know, with your high passive perception, Wild Eye, you notice off in the distance, closer to that, what could be conceived as a clearing, since the trees seem to part a little bit further away. You can see 3 figures. They're Manticores. They're, you know by the depictions of Manticores and the skins that others have brought. These sort of medium-sized creatures. They're about the size of a mountain lion, or slightly smaller, standing there, looking at each other, giggling, and they're like, crazy, crazy Goliaths. Catch me if you can. And the other one is like, yeah. And the other one runs off, and the last one standing in the distance stands up on its hind legs, rearing up. He's now about the height of a man, maybe about slightly smaller than most Goliaths, closer to your size, Wild-Eye, and then spreads his wings as far as he can. It reaching, he's standing in between the trees, and it reaches all the way from one tree to the next. And then he closes them, rears back down, and runs off in the distance.
And am I able to point them out still right now to the party?
Yes.
So I'll turn and I'll say, "You fools, you brutes, stop chopping the trees. They're getting away. The hunt begins. Unkar, Dracul, and Bolt Catcher. Let's go."
It's about time.
Bolt Catcher?
Aye.
Bolt Catcher.
Oh,
Bolt Catcher, that's great. Like, we give chase?
Yeah,
I
you can
give
give
chase.
chase. You can give chase.
I'll give chase.
I'll respond first. One is repaid. The rest will come. Let's hunt.
Yeah, so you can let's give chase. Let's roll acrobatics. Okay? With the ranger in your party, I'm assuming that you're helping them help guide them through
Yes.
and using your abilities so that they're not slowed down
Absolutely.
by this terrain, because trees come up fast and furious as you're running.
Mhm.
So with that, let's roll acrobatics checks, and tell me what you guys get total.
Can I take athletics?
Acrobatics.
Oh, I got an awesome acrobatics move with that roll.
You know what?
11.
You know what? With my horrible rolls, the four of you can literally thematically describe how you guys catch
Didn't matter.
one.
There's my roll. What's that, like, third one so far?
Yeah, that is.
I'm on a 20 streak. This is awesome.
All right,
So thematically, right? Okay.
So thematically, since Unkar got the 20, he's the one that gets the kill shot. So we'll go from Dracul to Red Fury to Wild-Eye, then finally to Unkar, and Unkar can describe how he gets the kill shot. But all of you can describe how you're harrying and damaging this medium-sized Manticore. So let's start with Dracul. Okay, if Dracul can't go, let's move on.
Oh my gosh, I'm muted. Okay, so Dracul comes running with his maul just swinging above his head, this Manticore tail, and he slams it down right on this Manticore's neck.
All right, as Dracul smashes the Manticore's neck, it tumbles and it rolls forward. It hits a tree, turns back, and just like and starts running away. And as it starts running away, Red Fury starts to catch up to it. And Red Fury, what do you do?
Following up on Dracul, I will make like sort of a whirlwind with sort of 3 attacks into the neck. Try to get the head off, I suppose. Sort of. Even though I don't get a killing blow. But...
Yeah, no, just tell me what happens. It doesn't die, but tell me what happens.
Do that. Sort of
Tell me
whirlwind
how
and
you
3
heard it.
chops
Tell
into
us.
the neck.
So you just start spinning again, 1, 2, 3 blows, cutting away at its neck. It doesn't manage to destroy it as it tucks its shoulder up to its neck, allowing some of the spines in its mane to absorb some of the blow. But you do draw blood, and and it stumbles to the side. And as it stumbles to the side, it's trying to recover. And as it's trying to recover, Wild-Eye, what do you do? How do you harass this thing?
And I will be cutting ahead the whole time, having an excellent recall of geography, right? I'm running ahead and I'm trying to cut around. And as I cut around, I jump on top of the creature, not with my father's trusty crossbow, but with his skinning blade. And I jump on its back and start skinning away its wings. And if I can, just cut off one of it to make sure it cannot escape. And then I look at Ankar, and once again, Ankar, I've softened up the kill for you.
Yeah, and as you're saying that, it rears up, and as it rears up and looks, it looks like it's trying to bite away at you, and you manage to jump off of its back and escape its teeth. But as you're jumping away, you slash a huge gash into its leathery bat-like wings, and it's obviously unable to fly away, even if it wanted to at this point. And you notice in that last moment, just as you say you softened up another kill for Ankar, you notice this was the one that tried to make itself look big before turning and running, and that's why this was the one that fell so far behind the others. And Ankar, describe how you managed to catch up to it and land.
Unkar reams back with his greatsword, one-handed, looses the greatsword in a throwing motion. The greatsword flies forward, tumbling as it does so, digging into the earth with the blade, hooking it with the guard, pinning it to the earth. Unkar runs over, grabs its neck, and snaps it clean off. The head tumbles to the ground, free of the spine.
Oh, okay, beautiful, wonderful. And with that, this thing is its body is just, jerking in its death throes, just by reaction. The nerve endings firing off before the body realizes it's dead. The head, trying to move. Mere seconds after being torn off, looking like it's trying to say something to you. It's mouthing something, but you cannot hear anything as it has no breath.
What is that, kitty? You died.
And,
I know.
in those moments, you know there are still two more getting away. But Ankar has managed to slay one and move, all the rest of you know that he slayed this one, and he's now moved from boy to man in your tribal culture. But there's still two getting away. So,
I'm taking back trail, yeah.
Yep, if all of you would like, roll your acrobatics checks.
We're giving chase.
If you're still giving chase, roll your acrobatics check. If you're no
26.
longer, 26 total. Okay. Everyone else?
9.
With my strength, am I
12.
strong enough to drag the body as I give chase?
You could take the head if you want, easily.
Yeah, I'll definitely take the head, just to prove my manhood, because I have to have some kind of trophy.
Okay.
I will recall the geography. We can come back here on Car.
That's fine.
Carve it up proper.
It's fine. It's fine.
Just like my father would.
19.
I give no problem with chase.
All right. What did you get total with your acrobatics?
That's +2, so 21.
Okay, and Dragul?
I got a 13.
Okay, so this one, the one who lands the killing blow will be Wild Eye, as he scored the highest. You got a 19 total. So Dragul, unfortunately, Red Fury doesn't manage to catch up fast enough. So it'll be Dragul. No, it'll be Ankar. Ankar, describe how you harass this thing and slow it down. As you're the first one, you're the first one to land harrying blows.
As he gives chase, Unkar swings his mighty sword and cleaves off its left back leg. As blood squirts across the trees, the creature tumbles to the earth.
All right. As he one-handedly swings his great sword, somehow managing to clip this thing and just slice off one of its hind legs, one of its back legs. It tumbles to the ground, and as it's tumbling to the ground, Dragul, how do you harass this thing?
How do I harass it?
Yeah, you don't get the killing blow, but how do you?
I'm gonna slam my maul down on one of its feet, or legs, and right on its knee as you hear a crack.
So another one of its hind legs is disabled. One cut clean off. The other one shattered. The bones in it utterly shattered. It's crying out in pain. Ah! You'll never catch me. Never. And it starts flapping its wings, and there's not enough room for it to take flight. Its wings are crashing against the trees, but it's using its wings and its forelegs to pull itself through the forest, bleeding out from behind. Red Fury, you can describe how you tried to harass this thing, just as Wild Eye gets the killing blow. You can describe how the killing blow is landed just before you try to kill it. Red Fury?
Oh yeah, I only heard that what you're trying to say was that me getting blown. I was like, it's
No. You're harassing it, but just as the killing blow is stolen from you, because you're just too slow. You can describe how you're landing blows that do not kill it.
I see. I'll try to jump on. I'll jump on the back. Try to force my axes into both sides of his neck.
Okay, so you're pinning your axes to hook into the base of its neck.
Yeah.
All right, and as
you pull it up if it would hit.
Yeah, sure. This is all description right now.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to hit will hit.
True.
So yeah, you rear it up and mounting on its back, preventing it from using its wings to get it. It only has its wings left, but the wings are not strong enough to pull it any further, and its forelegs are just being pulled off of the ground by you digging your axes in. Wild Eye, your first Manticore kill, your first hunt for Manticores, just a mere boy in the eyes of your father, you managed to kill your first one. Describe it.
I don't feel laughter in my head anymore, and I approach this creature, and I'm taking my time because I'm watching it flailing, and I'm watching my friends trap it, and it looks like a beast caught in one of my father's traps. And I pull out my father's skinning knife, and as I see Red Fury try to steal my kill, I grab it by the mane, I lift it up, and I say, "Who's laughing now?" And I stab it deep into the throat, killing it.
And as it does, it's trying to scream and as the blood is gurgling up, obscuring any sound, any words that could have escaped from it.
And I twist the knife.
And its head falls limp. The wings drop down, and it is just waiting for Red Fury to let it to the floor. As you have just proven to be a valued warrior, proven yourself in the eyes of the tribe to elevate from boy to man.
By stealing a kill.
Red Fury, once again, I have saved your life. It was about to fly away and drop you.
I guess I'll chop off the head, but still, though. He gets the kill, but I'll cleanly chop the head off or something.
Yeah, you can hack away at
carry
that.
that for me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's your option. You can carry the head for Wild Eye if you want, Red Fury, but there are still one getting away. Huh? No, you give chase and you leave the head just sitting there on the floor as this the second headless body, head just on the floor beside it, blood pouring out of the body, pumping away as its heart is beating in its last death throes. The blood squirts away. It starts to bleed out. The squirting stopping, just oozing out into the floor. Red Fury is already, his boot prints leaving a blood trail as he's giving chase. And I'm assuming everyone else gives chase.
I will grab the head, and as I'm chasing, I will smear some of the blood of my kill on my face.
So everyone is giving chase. As you're giving chase, you're noticing that the trees in the area are sort of further and further apart. There's some fallen down. There's the sunlight from the midday is growing stronger, but you notice that the trees look to be growing weaker, and the bark is rotten and dead, peeling away. the canopy is growing thin as there are no leaves on the trees. The only thing obscuring the light, the bare, barren branches of these old, ancient trees as you're running deeper and deeper into the forest.
I don't trust this place.
So, everyone roll your acrobatics checks.
I'm 12. I rolled mine already. That's 12.
12? Okay.
Can I, just seeing I got shot like 3 times and the same guy stole my kill. Can I enrage in this situation?
You want to use one of your rages?
Yeah, and well, you're saying the trees are getting weaker, right?
The trees,
crumbling.
yeah, they look like they're crumbling away, that there's no leaves in the canopy
Okay.
anymore.
Can I do a mad manical dash with athletics? Just run straight through, strength-wise?
Bursting through the... I mean, if you're bursting through the trees... Well, just let me know what your total is.
Yeah.
We got a 12 from Unkar. So, Red Fury, what did you get?
I rolled an 18.
Okay, Red gets a 19. What does Wild Eye get?
Wild Eye gets a good 27.
27. Oh God. And what does Drac Ghoul get?
17.
17. Okay, so the only one that was left in the dust from this last kill, the last one to leave, the last one to give chase and not make it through as easily as the rest was Unkar. But
Without me, they don't make it through.
but you know, Red Fury is literally raging. You spend one of your rages? You could just describe it. You're raging, barreling, breaking through the trees. You know, wow. You're barreling through the trees. You're managing to leave Drac and Unkar in the dust, but Wild Eye somehow, it almost looks like whatever ancient equivalent of parkour is going on as he's flipping and however he wants. Now, because you scored so high on Car, you could get the kill if you wanted, or you could allow Red his right of manhood. Let's
You
just
mean Wild Eye or Unkar? Yeah.
Wild Eye. Sorry, Wild Eye. We'll start with that decision. Are you going to decide to get the killing blow, or allow?
I'd just like to know culturally what would his choice normally be.
Culturally,
Not saying it would influence your character at all. I'm just curious.
Culturally, the tradition is that, you know, to leave, you guys work together so that each one of you can become a man in the tribe. Each one of you can get a kill, but personally, the decision is still his.
And technically, he wasn't invited onto the hunt, so.
And technically, I'm not from the same tribe, right? So.
None of you are from the same tribe. You guys are all members. You guys all represent a member from a different tribe, but working together under the chief. The chief of chiefs told you to go onto this hunt and become men, and Drac Ghoul was sent to lead you to where he had found these things so that you could all become men. Your character, Red Fury, went on ahead just in uncontained excitement on your own, and you were discovered in the manner that you were discovered. You were discovered by yourself, and you joined this group. But it's still, you know, because he scored a 27, which is, you know, way higher than what you got. It's his choice. We'll start with his choice. What is your choice, Wild Eye?
And you know, it goes back to my father teaching me fair play and the fair play of the hunt. This was all fair, and anybody could have caught this. And also, my father used to count his hunts, and he was well known and respected for catching more than anybody else. So, if I could have the opportunity, Zool, Wild Eye would not relinquish it to anybody else but his hunting party. Even then, he would have a hard time. So I'm going to take the kill.
We'll find you another one.
So,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, so just then, the one that catches up with it first is Wild Eye. So you can describe how you hurriedly get to this thing faster than any member of your initial party. Just as this massive barbarian Red Fury is raging, maddened, trying to get himself a kill, trying to prove himself a man. He had left everyone behind and recklessly went into the forest himself, and he's barreling through these trees. These trees that have stood here probably longer than any of your tribes have been known to exist, barreling through these trees. Whatever fallen trees pose almost no resistance to him. Pose almost no resistance to him, but you're using your nimbleness,
Just enough.
your dexterity. Yeah, they slow him down just enough so you can get to the kill. And you're the only member of your party to get to this thing before Red Fury, Wild Eye. So you can describe how you literally steal the honor away from Red Fury.
Can I kill him? That would be assuming there was honor to steal, but no. No, sorry. And Wild Eye leaps off a branch as the barbarian is catching the attention of this creature, and it's looking back, and it's scared of the barbarian catching up. And I leap off a branch, and I land on its back. I pull out both of my father's skinning blades, and I put one on its throat and one on the back of its throat, and I just start sawing at its head until finally its head comes off, and it was still running in the action, and it slides in the dirt, and it stops. And by the time the dust settles and the barbarian's looking at me, and it kind of starts dissipating, I throw him a bolt.
So you can describe this how this would look in Red Fury's eyes, Jasper, as you were barreling through these trees, and this smaller, much smaller, thinner, nimbler Goliath just managed to jump through the trees and saw away. Like he didn't even kill it when he landed upon it. It literally took him several actions to rip and dig into the throat of this thing, and even as it died, it was running away from him. But you did not get there in time. You could describe how that scene plays out.
Okay. Right now, my focus is totally on the Chimera, was it? Sorry.
Manticore.
Manticore. Jeez. So I will feel the arrow touching my chest, but it just in the dash it just is pushed away, and I will kind of just jump, like put both my axes on the shoulders, and kind of just rip through. So like splitting it in 3 parts.
Okay.
And then look up at the Wild Eye and say, "That could have been you."
Yeah. So the other two of you arrive pretty much just in time to see this go down. First Drac, and then Unkar.
All the fun is done, and I have not arrived.
Yeah, and you guys notice now that this is the most sunlight you've felt, on your skin. You can actually feel the warmth of the sun, the rays of the sun, because when this thing had stopped running and fell and slid, dying, leaving a trail of blood behind it, its head, about a few meters away, a few dozen feet behind it, you notice that the trees here are all dead, and there's a literal clearing. There's a large clearing, almost the size of a village. Like if a village were to be built, they would clear away the trees this far. And all the trees seem dead. They're blackened and rotted away. And you can hear in the distance a large, billowing laughter, deep and grumbly.
It's not a safe place.
And, at this almost the center of this clearing, the light bright around you, everything brightly lit. You can see some of the trees being knocked over, and this huge manticore walking through, horns jutting from its forehead, first outward and then sweeping back above its mane. The spines and spikes you saw from the small ones look more like large horns from this thing. This is bigger than the others. This is almost bigger than the tallest of trees. It is just pushing them aside with such ease. The trees are crumbling under it. You can hear the trunks crackling and crashing under the weight of this thing. On all fours, it is at least twice as large than any hut in any of your villages. It starts shaking to and fro. Oh, it seems that you Goliaths have turned into men. All but one, maybe? Ha! It matters not. My children are nothing. You have proven nothing. And as he's talking, you can see hundreds upon thousands of dark silhouettes running behind you, beside you, out of the trees. They start crawling the trees, and as they do, they're forming together, creating a dome of darkness. And moment by moment, the sunlight is going away until they completely blot out the sun. And as they do, this large, huge Manticore opens its wings, and when it opens its wings, it starts fading into the darkness. You see nothing left but its face, and as its face is being surrounded by nothingness, it's growing invisible. All you see now is its eyes glowing in the darkness. It's rows upon rows of teeth laughing and cackling away. And we fade to black. And that's game.
Ah, I was going to be like,
Finally, a kill worth fighting for.
Red Fury, Red Fury, we left you one.
Yeah. Well, you gentlemen, I'll call out your names, and one by one, you can do your end scenes. Okay, you can describe it, but there is actually no fighting left because we faded to black. But yeah, so let's start with Dracghoul.
You just see Dracul back in his home eating a fairly decent-sized meal, drinking a beer, and just laughing at the past adventure and the kills that he got as he puts another notch on his Manticore tail for another kill.
Yeah, that's assuming he gets out of the scene alive.
Let's hope.
Yeah. And then let's move over to Unkar.
you see Ankar reach into his backpack, haul out another alchemist fire, throw it up in the air, and smash it with his sword, setting his sword ablaze,
Finally, a kill worth my skill.
and then fades.
All right, and then we'll move over to Wild Eye.
And Wild Eye is feeling like this is the biggest hunt, even a bigger hunt than his father ever faced. So he would, emblazoned by his friend Unkar here, he'd pull out his two daggers and his crossbow, and he would get ready for fight. He'd smear some of that blood over his face even more, and he'd look at his party, and he would jump in. In his head, at the end of this whole adventure, he would feel his father's approval, and looking over him and smiling.
And Red Fury, the only one to have not killed a Manticore, is now presented with one so large and so imposing. What does his end scene look like before this battle?
We'll start with, I can probably see the Manticore, right? With my goggles.
The only thing you see before it fades to black is his glowing eyes and his parted mouth, the teeth, rows upon rows of teeth laughing as it was talking to you, and before the game fades to black.
Well, I kind of just stand up. I'm still standing on the Manticore. And I'll start raging again, still. I'll start rotating my axes in my hand and just get ready. Come and get it.
Okay, so yeah, those were the four closing scenes from our players. Once again, this is Infinite Roleplay. I've been Nelson. For all you watching, thanks for watching. For all you to watch this as a replay and no longer live, I appreciate your viewership. This game was put together through Facebook on the Tabletop RPG one-shot group. If you want to drop by, check us out. We play games pretty much all day, every day. We're worldwide, and we have no discrimination on game. We play everything. So I'll let my players once again introduce themselves and plug any channels or any works they like. So, go feel free.
So I was Tom. Thanks to Nelson for the great game, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks my DM for a great game, and so my name's Pat. I'm in charge of Third Person Nerds, and I'm on Third Person Nerd Radio, and I'll probably share this on Third Person Nerd later. So hopefully you guys are watching. It was fun. Thanks, guys.
All right, I'll go next. I'm Jasper. I seriously want to thank the DM for letting me jump in at a later time, and thanks for the game. It's awesome. And I would definitely suggest checking out Roll20. The Facebook group. It's awesome there.
One shot group. Yeah.
Yeah, so Andrew, you want to get any last words? Or stay muted if you'd like.
Turning off mute. Yeah. Thank you a bunch, Nelson DM. That was awesome. And hopefully I'll be back for many more games. That was fun.
Yeah, so ladies and
Thanks
gentlemen,
everybody for watching.
Peace out.